Well, this is John from Ollie's blog, and we are talking to Vivi Brown. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Well, I know you're here in the U.S., so how's the U.S. treating you? Are you liking it so far?
Yeah, I really like it a lot. I'm really enjoying going into the different parts of the US and recognizing how each state is like a different country in itself.
And I know you played last night in Philadelphia, so how was that?
It was great, yeah. It was very small and there wasn't a lot of people there, but I just enjoy those kind of gigs because obviously us being in the States, we have to start from the beginning again. And it's always fun, to do those kind of gritty college style gigs.
Mm-hmm. And it was very intimate.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, I saw you at the Brooklyn Bowl in New York.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I knew about you for a while, but I have not yet to see you live, so I was very happy to see you live. And I brought some of my friends with you, and they loved you. And at one point, my friend was like, "Oh, I want to steal her feathers. I love them." So everyone thought you were great. So I think you did a great job.
Thanks.
No problem. And I know the album, your debut, Traveling the Light, was just released recently to iTunes and it was featured as a single of the week. So, is it a little different to have everything being released here all of a sudden?
I don't know. I try not to think about it. Like, I just let it be. I think, the world has become so small with the internet. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, it's not, it doesn't seem so vast anymore. But I kind of, if I think about it too much, I think it will put pressure on me and I won't enjoy the process in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try and forget about the fact that America is like massive.
It is. And for this album, you co-wrote and mostly wrote all the songs and played the instruments. And I think a lot of people could really appreciate how much of a dedicated artist you are. Um, what was the inspiration for this album?
I was really heartbroken, and I was compromising my identity a lot because I was living in LA and everyone was trying to tell me to be something I wasn't. So when I got back to England and I was surrounded by British culture again, it was a real album of liberation because I had so much things I needed to get off of my chest. And that's kind of why the album is kind of joyous, and from track 1 to 12 it's kind of a roller coaster ride. It's quite up tempo.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, that's the kind of consistent theme of the record of liberation
Hmm.
out of pain.
I think it all came together very well. I really enjoyed listening to the album.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite track from the album?
Yeah, my favourite's Back in Time.
Oh, it's funny. I was just listening to that before.
Oh,
I really think this album will be great, and in time, I think people could really appreciate everything you put into this album.
oh, thanks.
No problem. And coming back to the music, who's your inspiration growing up? Like, who were you listening to? Who really inspired you to want to be a singer?
I'm really into Grace Jones, the B-52s, Blur, Pulp, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, David Bowie, Beethoven. Kind of, I loved all different kinds of music.
Yeah, it's a really big mix there, but it's all very good.
Yeah, I like things that are good. I just hate pretentiousness and I don't like to be boxed. So I just try and embrace everything that is good. And I think that's why my album is such a mix of different styles because I'm just trying to celebrate music rather than a genre.
Yeah, perfect. And if you could do a duet with any other artist, who would it be?
Imogen Heap,
I feel like that would be really
like,
a moment.
yeah, or Regina Spektor or Damon Albarn.
Yeah. I think that's also what's cool about you is that, like, your music's great, and I think it's a great representation of who you are. But you also have a different look to you. What inspires your look, and so on.
I really love Grace Jones. I love vintage clothing, so I'm very much into the old school 50s sort of tailoring, like Dorothy Dandridge and Marilyn Monroe. Balenciaga, Victor and Rolf are great designers I love. I'm a huge fan of fusion, so once again in my fashion this kind of represents my love for mixing things together. And also as well, like especially when it comes to my stage outfits, I like fantasy and pop culture, so I like to use the platform of the stage to go into a fantasy world.
Yeah, when you're on stage, you have a great presence, and I think people really can't keep their eyes off you when you perform because you're just so very into it.
Oh, thanks.
No, other than touring here in the U.S., are you gonna be making your way back to London, or are you gonna be here for a while?
Well, our album went to #1 in France, so we're going to be doing a lot of touring in France, and we go back to the UK in the summer because we'll be releasing a new song in the UK. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of travelling around, going all over the world, hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Do you have a favorite thing about what you're currently doing, about being an artist? Do you have a favorite thing? Is it touring every day? Is it creating more music, writing, or what do you see as your favorite thing as doing what you're doing now?
I think it's travelling and live performance. With a live performance, you get to meet people that have bought your record or enjoy your record, and you can really connect with them and meet them and talk to them. And I really like that side of it because, that's the reason, you make music to bring people together. So the travelling and the live performance is probably, my favourite.
All right, perfect. Now, I have one fan question to ask from you. A fan was wondering, while they saw you in London, that you played a song called Caroline.
Yeah, I did.
And she was wondering if you were ever going to release that song.
I think it will be released eventually, but I think we just have to try and figure out the right time for that song.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be the next UK single, and it might well be. But, timing and music are both very important. And, if it doesn't get released, if the label don't feel that it is right, then I'll just put it out myself.
All right. That's great. And I know you're so very well into this record, but are you already currently still writing and thinking of what to do for your next?
Yeah, I basically believe that, I write music as a lifestyle, like, I never stop writing music, I never stop producing music, because I never want my second album to come around and I've only got 8 months to try and put together as the best songs I've ever written in my life. Mm-hmm. So if I make writing a lifestyle, I'll always have songs available to me for the next record, and they'll be built on real emotions, I won't have to recreate these emotions in 8 months. So I write every day,
Yeah. All right, well, I can't wait for everything you're about to do. I really want to thank you for talking to me today, and I hope everything you do in the future goes well for you. I really, really think you have a chance to really make an impact, and I'm excited to see what happens from here.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.